Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. First things first, I want to bring out the elephant in the room. It's raining outside, so if you cannot hear me clearly, I do apologize for that. I'm trying to speak up as loud as I can without shouting, but I'm using the onboard microphone on the camera that I'm using. It doesn't have a dedicated microphone input, so I do apologize for that. Hopefully in the future I can get a better camera with a dedicated mic input so I can have a better clarity in the sound audio and everything. But I do apologize for that. Let's get to today's video. Yeah, so apologies for that. Today's video I want to talk about the things that I use from the dealership that I buy for my BMW, and which I find is crucial for the maintenance and basically the overall experience of your BMW driving experience. Some of these things are expensive, some of the things are not. It all depends on where your area is and the pricing in which your dealership charges these items. Now, do not quote me on these. These vary from dealership to dealership. So it all depends on whether you can get a discount or whether it's just off the counter sales or from your parts department. So just do not quote me on whatever I'm about to say. It's just for relevance purposes and as well as to bring exposure to these specific items, and maybe you find it helpful for these as well. Also to speak about some of these, I do have samples and containers of the specific items that I'll be speaking about, and some I do not. Now obviously you can go and research these on your own, as well as you can visit your local dealership to see what they are about, the pricing of these items, as well as what the benefits are for your vehicle. Without further ado, let's talk about the first item, and that will be oil. Vehicle oil is a very controversial topic. It all depends on your area, your budget, as well as what you are comfortable with using. Now what I prefer to use the original BMW branded oil. Now there are some, how can I say this? There are some controversies whether they are using rebranded oil or just using an oil that's rebranded onto BMW's logo. I prefer to use this brand whether it is rebranded or not, because I know I'm getting it straight from the BMW dealership. It's what they use on all of the new vehicles, and I'm more comfortable using that on my own vehicle compared to just buying a general branded oil from a store or from a trade center or wherever you purchase your oil from, or even a hardware spares shop, or whatever you want to call it. I prefer buying it straight from the dealership. I know I'm getting a peace of mind from there, as well as they come in 1 liter containers. As you can see, there are two variants of this. One is the M twin power oil. This is the 10W60. This is for what they use in all of the newer M cars. They're from the F80s. I think also they use it. The F80s, all the twin power M cars. That's what they use, like the F80s, the F10s, F90, all that stuff. You can look up on this. Now what they use for the higher performance cars as well, they use the 5W30. This is general twin power oil. This is what we use on the N55s, as well as a few other engine models. Now this is, I've used this on my personal vehicle. Now my vehicle is an M47 diesel. There are dedicated diesel branded oils, but I've been using this on my car for over 2 years, and I never had a problem with it. It makes the vehicle run better, it makes the engine even quieter. So with diesel, it does take oil after some time, maybe once every 2 months. It takes a liter of oil, so I prefer buying this. It's cheaper for me to afford. It works into a budget. I don't need to buy a full 5 liter or 1 gallon of oil all the time. It's whenever you need it, so I prefer using that. Now you can use whatever oil you want. This is what I use, so that's just one of those. So we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is may be a shocker, or it may not be something that you're used to. Again, this is the BMW Group headlight washer and windscreen washer with antifreeze. This is a special fluid that you pour into your washer reservoir, and what this does is it makes it a dedicated soapy solution. So you can just pour maybe 2 caps full or maybe 3 caps full of this into your BMW headlight washer or windscreen washer reservoir. It all gets taken from the same place, And what it does, it gives it that foamy and sudsy solution that also helps clean the glass, makes it as if you have a ceramic coating on your glass, where water will just bead off and run off. It'll also prolong the longevity of your wiper blades, so you don't have to use dedicated like a detergent or a wash and wax or anything. This is a dedicated windscreen washer fluid. So I've used this in my car from about over a year now, and my windscreen is still absolutely clear. Water just runs off. It's also being used on the F30 as well, dedicated from the dealership. Every time we went for a service, they always topped it up and we never had a problem with it. It makes the windscreen absolutely clear, as well as it gives off that sudsy solution for the headlight washers, which is on the F30. Now I do not have the headlight washers on my E90 at the time, but it works for the windscreen as well, and it makes it's a night and day difference compared to just normal solution. So if you want, I can find a link to this, or you can get something. I can find a link to something like this on Amazon or something. Or if you want, you can get this from your dealership. I'm not sure if they might sell it to you, but if you have contact in the dealership as well, you might be able to get this from there. I'm not too sure on pricing, like I said, but you can get this from your dealership and just tell them that you want to have the headlight washer with windscreen washer with antifreeze fluid, and they can give you this. This is a 500 milliliter bottle. You honestly do not need much because you hardly ever topping up your washer bottle, and if you do not have the headlight washers. But like I said, 2 or 3 capsules of this, you're good to go. Number 3 I'm going to talk about is general parts for your vehicle. Now this is just a box I found. Bearing in mind it is very damaged. This is not something I just purchased recently. I had this box lying around because it had a part number on it. Now in all fairness, I could have just saved this part number on my computer, on my phone, just for relevance purposes, but I kept the box just to keep the old parts in. Now what this was the EGR vacuum controller unit. Now this may not even be the right box it even came in, because I sent the vehicle in, it was last year 2018 New Year's, around there, where the turbo failed on my car. So we replaced the EGR vacuum controller as well, and the mechanic put the older part in this box here. It even says pressure converter, so I'm guessing it's the box that it should have come in. Now when you're buying a BMW part, and if you do not know the part number for it, you can look at a site called realoem.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Now what you do is you can put in your vehicle's VIN number. It'll be the last 7 digits of your total VIN, whereas you can see exactly what parts are on your vehicle. So you can go through the entire website, as well as look at stuff that you may have a problem with, or you want to find out the part number for it. And you can just look, the part number is here on the box, as well as it will be the same on the website. Again, the rain has started. So if you want to look for a certain part for your vehicle, you always look at the part number. Call up your local parts dealership at your BMW dealership, your parts service department, quote the VIN number or your part number of the sort, and they should give you the price in total, as well as what it will cost to install in most cases. Number 4 I'm going to talk about is coolant. Now I do not have a coolant container with me, but the BMW branded coolant, you can either get in a 1 liter or a 5 liter or even a 500 milliliter. You can find out what those are in ounces. I'm not too sure, but you can leave a conversion in the description down below. Now the BMW branded coolant is turquoise in color. You mix it 50-50 with distilled water, and then you can put that into your coolant reservoir tank, and that's what you get to go. Normally people, what we do is we just put in distilled water. It doesn't really make a difference unless you find the corrosive properties in a longer run, but the BMW branded coolant is generally the way to go. It's always best to use dedicated coolant in your vehicle. It's made for your car, it's meant to do what it's supposed to do, and you do not want to take a chance, especially with your cooling system. Last but not least, I want to talk about this. This is the BMW Mobility Kit. What this is a dedicated air compressor that you get with your BMW vehicle if you purchase it new or even sometimes used. This is the BMW air compressor, which comes on run flat tires or even just for general purposes. Now you can get aftermarket air compressors that you can install into your vehicle, but this is the dedicated BMW one. It even comes with, it works off your cigarette lighter 12 volts. Now we use this a lot. Now it's always for making sure that your tires are always properly inflated. You can use this for other things as well. Maybe you want to pump in a soccer ball or football or whatever you want to use. It also comes with dedicated attachments. The length of the cable is quite long, so you can use this without having to go. You can wrap it around the whole vehicle. Best way is to go through your front cigarette lighter, have your door open. It has an on and off switch as well as a deflation button here, and you can turn it over from air to repair. When it's on repair, it uses the fluid that's in the back over here. This fluid is replaceable, so you can always, it's always in a container. It gives off this repair liquid so that you can inflate your tire and drive at a moderate speed, so that you can get to a tire dealership or tire center should you happen to have a puncture, a flat, or if your tire gets damaged. Now bear in mind, this will not work if you have a complete blowout, if your tire is completely damaged, whereas that way you might need to get a roadside assistance or something that you can get with your insurance company, or as well you can get BMW on call if you have that facility on your vehicle. In the warranty stages, the BMW on call is taken care of, but if it's not, they will charge you a call out for things that may not be covered, such as if your vehicle is out of warranty and if you lose something like the lock nut key, they will charge you a call out should it be necessary. You also get with BMW on call a towing service as well as vehicle rental that is available. That's at least where we are in South Africa. We get a tow service on a flatbed as well as vehicle rental for up to 5 days should your vehicle go in for service and it takes longer than 24 hours to completely repair. Now bear in mind, if you happen to do that, you will pay the cost on the fuel deposit for your rented vehicle if it happens to come to that, because we do not use courtesy cars anymore. But otherwise, if your vehicle is ready within 1 or 2 days, they might not request a courtesy car unless you specifically request it if it's an urgency. But other than that, it shouldn't be. It all depends on where you are and which area and what services are available to you. Anyway guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry about the rain, noise and everything. I do apologize for that. It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it. I could have put off doing this video, but it's been a week and I cannot leave the channel to be dormant for too long, because it'll lose relevance, and I do not wish to prolong uploads. I have done that in the past and I do not wish to do that again. It's rendered growth on the channel, and for those that stuck with me and continued your support, I'd like to thank you again. The support has been great. I really appreciate every single one of you that like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 1,000. I cannot believe that I'm saying this. We are almost there. I think I'm currently at about 940 around there plus, but as of this video, but I'm thankful to say I appreciate every single one of you. I am truly grateful to be doing what I do. I may not have the most intuitive or interesting content around, but everyone starts up somewhere, I believe, and I would like to say once again thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, as well as leave your comments down below, as well as subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. I'm almost there at my goal, and from there it's only going to get better and better. So I'd like to say thank you again. Fourth time now, so I'll leave a countdown here. Yeah, thank you so much for watching guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.